तेरी सखी मैं अंग अंग आज रंग डार दूं, तेरी सखी मैं अंग अंग आज रंग डार दूं, अपने जी से प्रेम रंग कैसे मैं उतार दूं, तेरी सखी।
If this is the first time you're watching video after watching my live stream a few weeks ago, welcome and thank you for subscribing. For everyone else, hey guys, welcome back to Beats and Beyond. My name is Khanjan and this is the 6th episode of Music Talk. And in this episode we are going to talk about the Amazon Prime Video original Bandish Bandits. The reason we are going to talk about this show is because it's based on music. Historically, we've had movies with music as a theme. Movies like Rock On and Rockstar giving musical journeys. Movies like Soundtrack giving a story of musical tragedy. And movies like Secret Superstar and Gully Boy giving life struggles of musicians. However, there hasn't been any TV shows based on music. And there hasn't even been a movie based on classical music. And that's what Bandish Bandits is all about. Now, you may fall into one of the three categories of people. First, you have no idea what Bandish Bandits is. Second, you've seen the trailer but you decided not to watch it. It didn't seem interesting. And third, you've watched it already. If you're part of the first two, this video is for you. If you've watched the trailer and decided not to watch the show, you're not alone. I thought the same. The trailer is deceptive. It showcases the fight of a classically trained boy torn between his family values and love for his pop star girlfriend. It showcases this in an extremely cheesy way. However, that's not at all the story of the show. And kudos to them for not revealing that in the trailer itself. Bandish Bandits is about a dysfunctional family trying to function together with the help of music in their own gifted ways. This sounds definitely more interesting than what the trailer showcased. The show is directed by Anand Tiwari. While you may not recognize his name, you will definitely recognize this, or this. The music album of this show is composed by Shankar, Ehsaan and Loy. And it has a stellar star cast with the likes of Nasiruddin Shah, Atul Kulkarni, Sheba Chadha and Kunal Roy Kapoor. Now before I move forward, let me clarify. This episode of Music Talk is not a review of Bandish Bandits. I don't want to judge the show. I just want to highlight the music of the show. That being said, here are 5 things that I thoroughly enjoyed in the show. Number 1, the discipline of classical music. A decade ago or more, we used to hear playback singers talking about how they did riyaz every single day. Sonu Nigam, Kumar Sanu, Asha Bhosle, or even Kishore Kumar. They used to practice every day to make sure that they were singing perfectly and consistently. None of the current batch of singers talk about that. This show talks about riyaz, daily riyaz, rigorous riyaz. Classical music is demanding. There is no room for mistakes. People spend their entire life perfecting just one rag. When I was learning singing as a child, my singing teacher used to tell me, sing from the belly, not from the throat. And the same lesson is being taught in this show with a very interesting example. Characters are shown singing in front of a candle. If they are able to sing entire verse without blowing off the candle, that's perfect singing. If they are not, you try again, rinse, repeat. The second thing I like about the show are the character and singing flaws. They are intentional and part of the story. For example, it talks about falsetto. Falsetto is a technique typically with male singers where they try to artificially sing higher notes rather than actually singing from their belly. The show discourages that. Classical singing discourages that.
पंडित जी वो गलती से फॉल्सेटो चला गया, माफ कर दीजिए.
The female lead, Tamanna, is a pop star. She is not classically trained. And when there's a scene where the male lead, Radhe, tries to teach her classical singing, she fumbles. Not in terms of hitting the notes, but in terms of accent. This is analogous to when a European or an American tries to pronounce Indian words. They may be correct, but it's just not the right accent. Another thing I liked is every character in the show is flawed. Nobody wins. Characters who are shown idealistic in the first half turn flawed in the second half, or are revealed to be flawed in the second half. And vice versa for the characters who are shown flawed in the first half. The third thing I liked about the show is lip syncing and acting how to sing. In regular movies, lip syncing is combined with dancing, long shots, cut scenes. But in this show, or in case of classical singing, you have to sit and sing. And this show provides close-ups. With so much of scrutiny at stake, most of the actors went through a series of workshops in Hindustani classical music and learned basics of playing instruments. As for the lip sync, when a singer sings, there are certain set of head movements, hand gestures that they do, which is very integral to classical singing. It is not a requirement, but those movements come out naturally when someone is singing. For example, if a singer is singing high note, he or she will go like this, or if they are reaching low note, they will go like this. It doesn't impact singing, but it is something that intuitively singers does. And in order to achieve that, all the actors went through vigorous preparations to achieve the lip movement, hand gestures, and body language for all sargams and akars. The fourth thing I liked about the show is the family feud and its origin. This is to most extent a linear timeline show. However, during the linear timeline, there are pockets of blind spots wherein you don't have enough information. The show goes back into flashback and provides more context to it. And the fifth and the final thing that I loved about the show is music, of course. There's a music album of the show. The album consists of mainstream as well as classical songs. My favorite songs are Virah, which is sung by Shankar Mahadevan, and Lab Par Ai, which is sung by Javed Ali. And there's another favorite which I will not reveal to avoid spoilers. Not everything is good about this show. There are some things that I wish they were shown better or shown more of. For example, better explanation of why the lead female character Tamanna is going through that journey. What led? One of the cringiest things shown in the show is Masked Man, aka Krish. I will not tell you why that is shown because of spoilers, but that is something that could have been handled better. One more thing that I wish they showed more was more female classical singing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you about the show Bandish Bandits, and I hope more shows with music as a theme and compelling storylines are made in future. Well, that's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to like. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below, and do subscribe to my channel. Until then, ciao.